Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome back to the Mortal Kombat drip ranking tier list. Today we're going to be ranking all of Ermac's drip throughout the Mortal Kombat series. I put all of the options in order of appearance just to kind of make it make more sense. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, but I think it just kind of felt right seeing as Ermac comes out tomorrow. Well, for you guys, I guess technically it'll be today, so we'll just go with that. The tier list today consists of horrible, alright, decent, dank, and dank as fuck. You guys probably already know what you're getting into here, so let's go ahead and get started. First, we have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Ermac. This is a super classic look, but I don't know if I'm like a huge fan of it. I mean, I love the red and it's very simplistic and just obviously calls back to the older days of Mortal Kombat, which is always great. I would say all the original Power Swap ninjas, this is probably one of my favorites just because I just, I love red, His powers are super cool. This is just kind of the beginning of Ermac, and even then he was still pretty dank. Still not one of my favorite skins, so for now I'm just going to put this in the alright tier. It's good, it's not bad, it's alright, I would love to see this skin return to MK1 though. I'm fairly certain they'll bring it back too. I mean, it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't. I feel like you guys are really gonna hate me for that opinion, but it's alright, Back in the day, I'm sure this skin was like, cream of the crop, but like now there's much better Ermac designs, as you can already tell. Now let's move on to Deception Ermac. Deception Ermac is kind of a weird one for me. I really like the design. It's super classic for me. This is where they started giving more of like his own flavor and kind of make him more of like a mystical magician sorcerer type of character. It looks really cool. It's kind of over designed for me just a little bit, but I really like it. I will say it's a bit chunky looking, which isn't bad, but it kind of looks, a little clunky. But trust me, Deception Ermac was definitely one of the better designs in MK Deception. And like I said, they really just made him like his own character in MK Deception. He just looked really cool. And this is still actually one of his best designs. Later on in the list, you'll see a couple funky looking ones that I'm not really a fan of, but for now, this is a pretty good one. I really like Deception Ermac. They kept the addition of the red, which is really just a huge part of his character, and still kept a bit of the ninja look while also making him kind of look like a mummy type of character. This is kind of like the beginning of that arc for him. So for Deception Ermac, I would say this is in the decent category. It's alright, no, it's not alright. It's decent. It's decent. I like it. Now we have his Deception alt, which is, fucking horrible. It's terrible. It looks like a middle-aged dad went to Spirit Halloween and just kind of picked out the first costume he saw to go to a fucking party. I'm not a fan of this skin whatsoever. I think it has like little bits of hair sticking out. It looks gross to me. I don't know. I just do not like this skin. It kind of looks like a Street Fighter costume or something to me. It's just not it. I hate it. It's awful. This is definitely going in the horrible, absolutely horrible tier. I don't think I'm going to change my mind about that skin whatsoever. Now we have Shaolin Monk's Ermac, which is kind of a mix between his Deception main costume and his alternate costume. And in my opinion, this also looks pretty bad. It has once again a little bit of hair coming out on top, especially if you took off the top half of his mask from Deception, and then just kind of screwed around with where the red lines were placed. There's some minute differences in this costume when compared to the Deception main, but overall they just look pretty bad to me. This isn't as bad as his Deception ult, but it's definitely not good whatsoever. I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn between putting this in the alright category and the horrible category. It's just a very forgettable design to me, which I feel like speaks volumes, So once again, I think I'm going to put this in the horrible category. It's not as bad as his Deception ult, but it's definitely not good. They basically took everything that made the Deception main version good and made it bad. It's just super forgettable to me. Next, we have MK9 Ermac, which is a really good design. They kind of kept everything that was good about the Deception design and just kind of made it better and more sleek. I love that he looks much more like a ninja in this costume, but it still kind of keeps that middle ground between being kind of like a sorcerer mummy and, just being a ninja. But I really like this skin. It's definitely one of the best designs for Ermac. At this point, I still wasn't too much of a huge fan of Ermac in general, and the later designs really kind of pulled me into his character even more, but for now, MK9's skin is still really good. So I think that definitely goes in the dank category for sure. You can't get too much better than that. Now we have his MK9 ult, which is miles better. I just think the addition of a hood to Ermac just looks really cool because he just has like the ninja vibe and also just kind of like the weird sorcerer Shang Tsung vibe. I think the older versions of Ermac kind of gave me vibes of like Shang Tsung if he was a ninja, which is really cool. I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. His character still just hadn't been fully developed to me. I still do really like the skin. It's kind of like the beginnings of like the later skins in this list that are really good. After this point, they kind of take some cues from the MK9 alternate skin for like most of his designs, which was a really good idea in my opinion. I think they just realized the hood for Ermac just really worked. So I think I'm going to put this in the dank category. Probably, I would say it's above MK9's main skin. Now we have MKX Ermac, and I know a lot of you guys really love this design. It's still kind of like, again, the mix of like ninja, mummy, sorcerer slash necromancer type of vibe. But I think this skin is disgustingly awful. It's terrible. I think it looks so bad. I hate how scrawny he looks. I know he's got like more of the mummy vibe in this game. I would say more than any other entry in the series, but it just does not work for me. When it first got shown off, I was down for it, but as it kind of went on, I just did not like the design at all. It just does not feel like Ermac to me. I don't like it. It looks too I don't know. He looks like a typical like Skyrim NPC to me or something like that with like a Daedric hood or something. I just realized the MK Deception All should be past the Shaolin Monks one since it's worse, so we'll put that right there. You know what? I think I'm going to say it. I don't know. I kind of want to remove the gross Ermac to alright. I think it's slightly worse, obviously, than the OG version, but I think it's still in the alright category compared to some of these. I think MKX Ermac is definitely better than the Deception Alt, but it's still horrible. It's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry, you guys can hate me, but that's just how I feel, alright? And then also we have the MKX alternate costume, which leans into that mummy vibe even more, which is, you know, it's for all the worst. I hate it. I would say this is probably Ermac's worst design ever. It's fucking terrible. Would not recommend ever using that skin if you ever play MKX, unless you just want to, I don't know, be cringe. I don't know. But I have nothing else to say about the skin. It's just terrible. It looks disgusting. It does not fit Mortal Kombat whatsoever. It's bad. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of diehard Mortal Kombat X Ermac fans out there, but it's just not it for me. Now we have the cream of the crop. MK11 Ermac, which is, and MK11 Ermac wasn't playable, but for some reason they kind of just rehauled his design and made him look absolutely amazing. It looks so sick. This is definitely one of his best designs. It looks so cool. As opposed to MKX, where it's kind of leaning into the mummy vibes, I think this kind of leads into like the sorcerer ninja aspect of Ermac's character. He's got gray skin. He's very mysterious. You don't really know much about him in this design. This design just has so much character and flair to it, and it's just, I don't know. I've seen some people say it's a little over the top, and for me, it's perfect. I love this design. I would dare say this is probably Ermac's best design in history, going in the dank as fuck category. It's so good. We got completely cheated out of that design in MK11, and I don't think I'll ever forgive NRS for that. They better bring it back for MK1, though. That's all I've got to say. It just looks so cool. It had like an over-armored type of vibe that MK11 characters kind of had. They all kind of looked more superhero-y in MK11, which I was all for, but I think I like MK1's design style a little bit more. But yeah, MK11 Ermac, you can't beat it, dude. It's fucking amazing. There's no question about it. I think most of you out there probably agree with me on that. He just looks so regal and badass and powerful, and I can't get over it, man. And now we have the latest rendition of Ermac, MK1 Ermac, which I've seen get a lot of hate, especially before they added the mask back to his character, which I can understand why people are upset about that, but I guess, I mean, he was the same way in MKX. He just had, like, wraps on his face, but I guess that doesn't count. But yeah, I think MK1 Ermac, contrary to what many believe, is one of his best designs as well. People were hating on it so hard. Even without the mask, I thought it looked really cool. I kind of liked it, actually. But with the mask, it looks just as badass, if not a little more. I think we'll get a lot of cool gear designs and hopefully skins at some point for DLC characters. But yeah, MK1 Ermac, I love it. Like, it brought back the gray, mysterious, dead skin. He looks very ancient. His outfit design also looks pretty ancient, which they haven't really gone into. I mean, they've gone with the mummy vibes, like I said, in the previous designs, but it wasn't, like, very ancient or, like, unique looking in, like, a way that I would have enjoyed. This kind of hits the perfect middle ground of, like, the mummy, ninja, sorcerer vibe for me. Slash necromancer, whatever you want to call him. I just really love this design. It's really cool. It's just a little too much skin for me. I'd like him to be a little bit more armored, but I have a feeling we'll maybe, hopefully, if we're lucky, get DLC skins for Ermac or something at some point. This skin kind of looks like what MKX Ermac should have been for me. If they took MKX Ermac back to the drawing board and kind of remade him with, like, a new set of people, a fresh set of faces, this is the Ermac you would get. He's just so good. He's perfect. He looks cool. He's just, like, one of the best versions of himself he's ever been. His character's fully realized here. I think this is definitely going in the dank as fuck category. It looks so good. I think MK11 Ermac is just slightly better, but I don't know. They're kind of on par for me. I think I prefer MK11 just a little bit due to, like, how cool the armor design is. But overall, MK1 Ermac and MK11 Ermac are amazing designs. They look so cool, and they really give him the most character he's ever had to date. So, let me go and look over my list here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So, in the horrible category, we have MKX's main skin, MK Deception's alt, and MKX's alt, which are all absolutely terrible in their own ways, and I would never use them if I were to play Ermac in those titles. In the alright category, we have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Ermac, which is pretty good. It's alright. It's you know, it's there. It's not something you get every day. It's like a McDonald's cheeseburger, you know? It's not something you want to eat every day, but it's alright to have every once in a while, you know? It's okay. We have the Shaolin Monks version of Ermac, which is, it's just teetering on the edge of being horrible, but it's just there to kind of, you know, in comparison to the other horrible skins, it's just nowhere near that level, so I think it deserves to be in the alright category, but it's almost horrible. In the decent category, which I think is rightfully so, we have MK Deception, like just the main outfit for Ermac, which is really cool. It's just like, it's almost like a more classic design to me than MK3's Ermac, just because, you know, it's when he had his first dose of his own character as opposed to just being a palette swap. In the dank category, we have MK9's alt and MK9's main costume, which are both really good in their own rights. They're very nice. They're kind of the beginnings of something greater for Ermac later down the line. Not in MKX, but MK1, MK11, it was the beginnings of that. And then in the dank as fuck category, we have MK11 Ermac and MK1 Ermac. You cannot get better than this. These are the best designs of Ermac to date. It just kind of baffles me that people hate on MK1 Ermac when he kind of looks pretty similar to how he did in MK11 and people love that design. I can understand why people would hate on MK1 Ermac, but for me, it looks really, really nice. But yeah, guys, that's my tier list of all of Ermac's drift throughout the Mortal Kombat series. What do you guys think of my list? Do you agree with any of my choices? I have a feeling a lot of you guys are going to think I'm an idiot for some of the choices I made here, but I guess that's kind of what the comment section is for. But yeah, I'm so hyped for Ermac to drop tomorrow. I cannot wait to main him. I'm so excited. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.